What is the obvious use case that should convert the fastest in India that everyone's missing? Because everyone's focusing on these government-funded projects, right? For 10,000 buses.
So the absolutely obvious use case is Intercity, right? So you just cannot beat the unit economics of a Intercity if it's optimized well. Now, what we've learned is even Intercity is not as standard as buy a bus, put it in play, right? You need to actually, it's become a craft, right? From which OEM has a suitable bus. So what size do you want? Do you want a 10.5 meter, 9 meter, 12 meter, 13.5 meter? Do you want a seater, sleeper, hybrid? Do you want a battery chemistry which is LFP, or do you want NMC? Do you want a longer battery life, or do you just want to stick with the LFP for its other benefits on the temperature conditions in India, etc.? Once you get past that, what is the size of the battery you want? Do you want a 420? Is 370 doable? The more complexity it's gotten to making these decisions, because a heavier battery pack means you're losing out on your efficiency. So therefore, your efficiency lost is translating into a higher operating cost per kilometer. So once you're done with the OEM, battery size, battery pack, and configuration, then it's about what should be your origin and destination charging in infra, like which locations, why do you need an opportunity charge, if yes, at what point, at what cost. So I think what this is doing is it's not as simple as earlier we used to do: buy a fleet of buses, decide upon 10 routes and get going. So which is why I feel that this level of planning and complexity and execution requires a certain awareness amongst the organization, which will give good opportunity to I would say organized intercity operators to transition the first. One, due to its economic reasons. Two, because while it might be aggressive to say that, I do believe it's creating a certain moat for unorganized players to actually be able to compete with the organized ones on some tier 1 routes once you optimize all of this ecosystem well. So I feel that the no-brainer would be short distance, less than 400 kilometers, intercity route, seater. To concoct, that is my definite view, that these routes have no choice but to go electric over the next 2-3 years. So right now we are at least thinking about whether or not. My firm belief is in the next 2 years, the seater intercity sub 400 market will be all electric.